characteristics include scenes of daily leisurely activities. So, again, in response to the realist, the Impressionists were, honestly, probably upper middle class. They were capturing what they knew was familiar. So instead of being a stonebreaker or picking up, little pieces of wheat on the already harvested ground of the field, they were enjoying the leisurely life in Paris. And so they were painting what they knew. So days of leisure, so outdoor activities. Kind of, you could even compare it to some of the Rococo um, fete gallant, the outdoor elegant entertainment. Again, loose brushstrokes. This is going to be a hallmark. So let me see if this works. Come on, Jesse. I think I can do it. I'll get better at this, guys. Promise you. Pen color. Let's try magenta. Yay. Right here. So this loose brush stroke, that's the impasto. You're going to see something unblended as opposed to neoclassicism, where everything is like, perfectly painted. This is really like loose and feathery. Again, a little bit of some of the Rococo style and even the pigments. So pastel colors, again, Rococo. Boy, I'm comparing it a lot. You're going to see lots of light colors, pastels, blues, and violets, not dark blacks and browns like the realists. And then a lack of structure. So this is what I mean by that. So sometimes things are like, this is really, really a very basic composition, right? We have our horizon line here. We've got our center of interest. Then we've got our little receding focal point back here. And then just the rest of the space is filled with a beautiful sky. But here's a hallmark of Impressionism. I change the pen color. I kind of like this. I'll get better. Just give me a minute. I'll get better. Let's do green. Okay. So what you're going to see with Impressionism is that there are no real borders. And this is impactful. And in a few slides, I'll describe where this basically comes from. It comes from inspiration from Japanese art. So it's like if this painting continued over here, right? And it continued over here. Can't you imagine exactly what would be going on? Boom. We'd continue to see grass. We might see another little lad or a little lady over here kind of playing in the sun. We're just going to continue to see sky here. So, like if you pressed play, I've mentioned that before in art, and imagine kind of a panoramic view of this image or any Impressionist image, you're always going to understand what's going to be happening to the right, to the left, and above. And so that's a hallmark. It's just a lens right in front of you, and you can imagine the palette beyond. Okay, I'm going to make this quick. You can actually go back and look at this on your own on the posted PowerPoint. These truly are the Impressionists. Yep, that's it. Who we're going to talk about? This guy right here. Remember yesterday when we looked at realism and we compared Claude Monet with Mr. Manet? I'm a fan, not a fan. I'm a fan, not a fan. But that's okay. You can just love whoever you want. You can love all of them. But what I do love about this is that we have these two fine ladies right here. And the rest of these guys, they have a real hallmark, so you would be able to identify their work pretty easily. So we're going to just look at them very quickly. Impressionist, Edward Manet. He was a realist, joined the Impressionists. They say he's really the biggest influencer, and it's because he came in with the most experience. He came in with that buzz about him because he was in the Salon des Refusés. So he was refused from the salon, and sometimes negative publicity is positive publicity. Claude Monet really is considered like the father of Impressionism. He was a leader to all of these. He was a lifelong artist. He continued to work and paint until his 80s, and so he has a large body of work. Renoir, you're going to recognize a Renoir if you see any group of people outside, they're happy and they're partying. Mary Cassatt, one of our females, you're always going to recognize the Cassatt. She's in the 250, yay ladies, because she is only depicting women and children. Berthe, what a name. Berthe Morisot is also a woman. She was the sister-in-law of this guy, Manet, and she also painted women, typically in just indoor, outdoor settings, so kind of like a genre scene. And then Degas, some of you I'm sure have heard of Degas. Degas is the artist that's painting the ballerinas. or the bathers or the racehorses. So he's actually depicting things kind of in motion. And so that's his take on the Impressionism. So again, you don't have to know these, but I want you to be able to identify an Impressionist painting by these hallmarks. Again, outdoors, light, typically a moment of passing time.